Snow drifted quietly over the silent town of Vega Ridge. The last power lines had gone dead 2 days ago after the meteor storm. For most of the remaining residents, that meant darkness, silence, and fear. For Jonas Hale, it meant peace. He'd come here to be left alone, to escape the endless noise of a world that no longer made sense. His small cabin sat at the edge of the forest, a scatter of tools and solar panels half buried in white. Jonas spent his nights repairing radios, collecting old broadcasts from before the fall, and sometimes staring at the sky, wondering when the stars would fall again. That night they did. A streak of blue fire tore through the clouds and vanished into the woods behind his cabin. A dull boom followed, deep, heavy, too close. He waited a moment, expecting the forest to light up or the air to tremble again. Instead, there came a sound he hadn't heard in months, a knock on the door. 3 slow taps. Jonas hesitated, his breath clouding in the cold air. Nobody came out this far. Nobody could have made it up the frozen ridge without him seeing. He grabbed his lantern and opened the door. A figure stood there, trembling. She wasn't human, at least not entirely. Her skin shimmered faintly, tinted with silver and light blue. Her hair clung to her shoulders in wet strands, and a torn cloth wrapped around her like a broken uniform. Beneath it, her skin bore faint glowing patterns, like veins of light trying to fade. Her eyes, bright, golden, and desperate, met his. "Please," she whispered. Cold. Jonas didn't move for a heartbeat. Then instinct took over. He pulled her inside, closed the door, and threw another log onto the fire. "Sit," he said quietly. She collapsed near the fireplace, shivering violently. Steam rose from her skin as the heat hit her. He could see the burn marks along her side, deep, raw, and clearly not human wounds. "You're hurt," he said. She nodded weakly. "The ship broke. The others didn't make it." Jonas knelt beside her. "You're one of them. The ones that fell." Her gaze flickered to him, cautious. "You're afraid." "I've seen worse," he said softly, reaching for his medkit. "Let me help." He spent the next hour cleaning her wounds, wrapping bandages, and offering her the last of his tea. She watched him the whole time, eyes full of both suspicion and wonder, like she couldn't decide if he was real. "What's your name?" he asked once. She'd stopped trembling.
Isha.
"I'm Jonas." "Jonas," she repeated, her accent bending the syllables like a melody. "You didn't call soldiers." He gave a tired smile. "I don't much like soldiers. Or governments. Or anyone telling me what I should fear." She tilted her head. "Your kind hunts us." "I'm not my kind," he said simply. Isha's golden eyes softened. "Then you are alone." He chuckled quietly. "Seems we both are." By midnight, the storm outside had turned vicious. Isha sat near the window, watching snow whip against the glass. Jonas adjusted the fire and glanced at her. "You should rest," he said. She hesitated, fingers tightening around the blanket he'd given her. "Your world, it's loud.
Cold.
My body is not made for it." "You'll warm up soon," he said. "Tomorrow, I'll try to get you to the Ridge station." "No," her voice cut through the quiet. "If they find me, they'll kill me. My people, your people, it doesn't matter." Jonas frowned. "Then where do you go?" She looked at the floor. "I don't know. I just didn't want to die alone." Something in those words hit him harder than he expected. He walked over and knelt beside her again, meeting her eyes. "You're safe here. Just for tonight." She blinked, slowly, as if trying to understand the word safe. Then, almost shyly, she reached out and touched his wrist. Her fingers were warmer now, softer. "Why?" "Because," he said quietly, No one should freeze to death on my porch. Her lips curved into the faintest smile. Then I will stay. As the hours passed, the storm howled louder. The wind rattled the shutters, and the fire dimmed to embers. Jonas drifted in and out of sleep on the couch. Somewhere around dawn, he felt movement. Isha stood near the fireplace again, her silhouette outlined in faint light. Her wounds had healed, completely. The bandages he'd wrapped were scattered on the floor. He sat up. You're
Better, she finished.
Your world's air feeds me. Strange. He stared. You heal fast. Only when near kindness, she said softly, as if explaining a secret. Our bodies reflect what surrounds us. Pain breeds decay. Warmth breeds life. Jonas rubbed his face. That's poetic. It's truth, she replied simply. When you touched my skin, the pain quieted. No human has ever done that. Her tone wasn't accusing, just odd. Then she stepped closer, the faint glow of her markings brightening. I can leave when the storm ends, she said. But if I go, I'll be hunted again. If I stay, you'll be safe, he said automatically. No, she corrected softly. If I stay, you won't be. He met her eyes. I've been living with danger for years. You're not the kind I mind. For the first time, she laughed, a quiet, crystalline sound. You speak as if the universe listens to your defiance. He smiled. Sometimes it does. By the third day, the storm broke. The valley lay silent under a new sky, clear and brilliant. But it wasn't just the weather that had changed. The air around the cabin felt charged, alive. Isha had begun to recover her strength, lifting objects without touching them, glowing faintly when she spoke. She told him about her people, the Vayari, refugees fleeing a war that had burned across their star systems. She'd been a medic aboard a ship carrying survivors before it was struck. We wanted peace, she said one morning. But peace has a price your species would not pay. What price? Jonas asked. Trust. She looked at him then, eyes deep with meaning. You gave me that without question. He shrugged. You knocked. I opened. Didn't seem complicated. To you, she said, smiling faintly. To me, it's everything. That night, the world found them again. Jonas woke to the sound of engines in the distance, hovercrafts, military grade. Isha's expression turned solemn. They tracked the wreck. He grabbed his coat. Go out the back. Follow the ridge. No, she said. If they see you with me, they'll kill you. I'm not letting them take you. Her voice softened. Then you must trust me once more. Before he could reply, she placed her palm against his chest. A faint pulse of light rippled through him, and suddenly, the cabin seemed to vanish into mist.
He looked around, dazed.
What did you? They cannot see us, she whispered. Not while I live. Outside, soldiers burst through the snow, scanning the area. Their flashlights passed right through the cabin as if it were smoke. One man walked within feet of Jonas, never seeing him. Then, just as quickly, they left. Engines faded. Silence returned. When the glow faded, Isha staggered. Jonas caught her before she fell. Hey, stay with me. Her breathing was shallow. I used too much energy. I can't. He held her tightly. Don't you dare fade on me now. She looked up at him, a weak smile touching her lips. You opened your door to a dying stranger. You gave her warmth. That's not something my kind forgets. Then don't, he whispered. Stay. Her hand found his cheek. If I stay, I'll change. My body will bind to this world, to you. Then do it, he said. I don't care what it means. She searched his face, as if weighing the truth in his words. Then she nodded, her glow flaring once more, soft, warm, alive.